The Frontline with Kwekwanan, only on CTV. The Frontline with Kwekwanan, only on CTV.
The Office of the Special Prosecutor, OSP, has presented his report on the investigation into the alleged bribery of high-ranking Ghanaian officials by Airbus SE through intermediaries in respect of the sale of military transport aircrafts by Airbus SE to the Republic of Ghana between 2009 and 2015. The investigation was conducted upon a referral by the President of the Republic. Tonight, out of the OSP's findings. I am Kweku Anan, and this is your weekend Frontline. We're live tonight across the global world, of course, plus dozens of stations picking the feed, including Sunyani 88.1 FM. They are picking the feed. We're live in Western Region on Tadi 99.1 FM. We're live in London, radio and TV. Of course, on TuneIn and modernghana.com. Still on GOB. Get it on www.gobtv.tv. Plus Apple Music. And we're live tonight on YouTube, Facebook, and the link is my CTV GH. Of course, plus the interactive segments on the WhatsApp line 020-2973461. 020-2973461. Tonight, we're connecting across every corner of this very world tonight. And of course, here in Ghana, we are connecting the entire northern belt from Upper East, Upper West, Northern region, all the way back to Ashanti region, capital, Kumasi. We are connecting the Greater Accra, and of course, Volta region is online. We are connecting Brong Ahafo, Central region, Western region, plus the 6 regional capitals, both Northeast and West. This is the Frontline show. Of course, the Frontline Investigate with Kwekwanan and entire team tonight, bringing you very explosive report and indeed some other developing story, plus special edition coming to you tonight. What is it about? The very latest on the Agyapa document and what you need to know. The hidden top secrets of the Agyapa document is coming out. Also tonight, you can't really miss it. Folks, call a friend, call a brother, call a sister, call a mother, call every family member you know in Ghana and around the world. Let all of us glue to our set together with Think and Talk and make a sense of it all. This is your most reliable investigative magazine show. And here, Ghana, of course, watching, and we make the news and we make all. It's your reliable news source. I am Kwekwanan, and let's get started. Folks, Anadri Adaji Nipo so crack. And some no e banana de. The mesra one say, and now que weekendi. You know, be some sonko. And koma me no bebo Anadri chirese. A breaker cranny. No, my main phone quitchery. Not just say, yeah, say we are within 5 years now. 5 years near. Sa asem kesi we better on my way, yitiswo. Now, some way better on it, say. On my penny war, I couldn't oti if he announced a wahum James Sabri. The former president, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, was accused ostensibly said one way did the agrobiache be bribery for his and in a busia for Chreze. One more aku procure aircraft can see a friend, aircraft we edumakwe from Airbus Corporation for and a one more a day aircraft we Ghana. Now reporting in Chreze. Kwenya government of Ghana efa so procure sa bus we and aircraft we anko yie ademudie bi koso sikadie bi koso bribery bi koso ensem ne bebrebe. Okay, we na koba say as a say investigation bi yeden ekom enti say aban no trigger investigations na yetumi hu de say ye. Mind you, ye was statutory bodies bebre wa ha yama omutumi LI legislative instrument one more what it takes to investigate any issue bia. At least ye was CID for her. Ye was serious fraud office for her. Ye sans wo whinum cancer whatever me refi kro mu din kra. Wo mo so baby amamiti wa won ye fraud sen kra. Ena ye sans wo then yoko for ho. And ye sans wo the Bureau of National Investigations. To show my best in sa on my kitty we you on my kitty we about 5 statutory state investigative bodies. E wo mem ha say we now powers. We now prosecutorial powers o. We mu bie ni won so a won mu nya akwanya na say e ba say so mo yes investigation. Ti de akoba na say yemfa investigation in fan yemfa nko hi o. Ye tete ya ne say abenyo wakunyesuwe ese oba beti edwumakuo bi no de papa bi akwa kwesisu ye frɛ no OSP special prosecutor. Nti ye man kwan mo te ye no o de airline and o de edwumakuo airline ye legislative instrument no de ora Martin Alamisi Ben Kaiser Amedu o de ni kosi ho no ena o de station we na akɔhye ne nsa sɛ onye sa investigation. Okay, yemfa eno entwere ho investigation be koso enkoso e be koso ena Martin Amedu status on ya ben enya no wentwi sa ahabe enwunu na ha ye hye didimu sa ne sɛ Martin Amedu investigation we okoso koduru ba bia na sam ujade to ba bi ye hu hwe biom ena ye de owura yes sign lawyer kisi ejaben ebesi so ena kisi ejaben automatically ebe inherit all the files na go in now. Mind you, say sa asem way adda ho enfie makomako pore 5 solid years yet OSP no office in the nania na ye create o but makachro na statutory bodies bi wo a one betimi investigate adewe at least we both domestic and foreign mebo enti BNI for ebetimi investigate manaye wo mo no mo ye the giant the nations de be in both domestic and foreign wo betimi aye investigation bi a both local and external wo betimi aye BNI for sentia yamfa ma BNI for mo manye no eno so ya asem foforo ene de koma OSP for now Kisieja ben ba ya ono obehwe saade we 5 solid years ni na anua Kisieja ben ede ne report aba report o ka kire Ghana for say enunue oye nhwehwemu no ahanyu ahehye we hu ya e was a report no e kire say Owura John Dramani Mahama His Excellency Oni one mu a ewo document nim no akɔgye ademudie bi no enti abiri ordinary report aba we sign omanpanin dada John Dramani Mahama ne ho so sune kra boni bi eni no na enso no ade we ada honom for 5 solid years 5 years o afini yetimi enya sa landmark case we an end of it. Na nimpo na ye wie no afia ha na mede mo ukọ no na me ka kire mo ye wie report yi se Ghana fo no wo buo ne anidie bi de ma office no a papa no we wie na adwuma whether ye pe o ye mpe o we wie na adwuma nti we wie na adwuma no obi ntimi nsan koti dia Kisi Agyaben waye no meka se Kisi Agyaben ye nedwuma sei ana wanye nedwuma sei be na wotwe ba kum ye yakomienu nie asɛm a ato Kisi Agyaben no wono pe no nim wonya MC office no kra de obeti afa kwaye bim no okɔ ne baabi kyese nipa twa bɔ no yie papa ɛdeɛ bi ntina nipa be twa bɔ no esan sɛ wɔnom susu sɛ wɔnom dwen sɛ ɛyɛ ɔmo sɛ wɔmo feel sɛ wɔmo hu ne sɛ Kisi Agyaben ɛsɛso wɔyɛ den wɔtro reporter ebetumi implicate former President John Dramani Mahama fail was say obeye sa no Kisi Agyaben kwadu a ɛsɛ de bɔ no no ebria menimu ka say a lawyer for kekebi politicians kekebi media for kekebi civil society for obi Canada ohun said your mind is here na ade into won say betimi align up institutions bear 100 if we like science institutions when e be mo mu na tumi o so mo fanye adwuma na so adwuma na o so ye nida there be. This is who we are. This is what makes, the idiosyncrasy of the Ghanaian, be in politics, in the religious circles, in the social ladder, everywhere. That idiosyncrasy of our way of doing things. Yeah. Now, dear SIU who woman say, a bra report beda honum. Edumakua, a yo ma said yes, sir. One number Boma report in wasam, fie pieko ane any atoye. Ghana funny be who you crash say, Papa ni say ne juma say from 1 and a 2 and a 3, baby, or the copy me in Ghana for assembly in you, or fana makumi and suffer fana basasre, and what dear do baby. After all, it is a Kisi Agyaben why implicated John Mahama, na ya dear. Afi Ghana funny me some who say, a banner say, and fee and enum I feel a report in it to me appear. Not just it's not really about say yenye bibi ni enfensan Mahama ho. No. Nemom ekunya se biara so akwenye biara wo mbefa na nipi befa say yenye na ora John Mahama no. Yenye de ye implicate no. This is how your politics in it. Sa so na NDC for no so power. Wo mo so kwen biara mbefa so say yengu MPP ni mu ase ye begu MPP ni mu ase regardless of say report ye papa onye papa MPP ni mu wana ombegu ase keke whoever in the NPP no ombegu ni mu ase keke emfa ho edu say NDC for no so sorry a they are accusing President Akufo-Addo say oye clearing agent it doesn't matter obe clear obia tu say Akufo-Addo declare the ministers no NDC for no kasa. Then NDC foreigners have been exonerated by a be a court, a be a report, a be a say to say na nu Agyapa any minua case la to force in the AP by and the kasa Mahama de na AP kasa bebre. Now fi the danger part na say media no yen ye the front runners na middle na see ginam no uni ma de media na ye the report na to ho then we allow the politicians NDC MPP no ma betra studio ho no man kasa den box report no in their own angles regardless of say Kisi Agyaben show report ni free hin or they call hin or they buy hin and fa ho kra. And look at the disservice we are doing to the special prosecutor Kisi Agyaben. Me Kisi Agyaben obi anim how am ni Kisi afeso yeah but we are say me media no no me wo be bia say me come ne kra e de kire say so ye se be me tamfo krampo a dia wa ye e se na fata no mana ye enye den enso no so mane na se no enye den enso no so mem play wicked all because say wo de wo time no an say wo time nipa no yankopon pesa folks anadwe special report ye do become one by one and there part 1 Monday ye the part 2 beba and what the part 1 part 2 part 3 vivid and of course you know we remain the only media house when it comes to reporter yentutu na basani asro no there be we give you the comprehensive breakdown of the report what the report is saying just like what we did to the Agyapa document meboa and then that hey no yes tonight ansana medi Kisi Agyaben so de beba no me sign me was special report at the mamo second part the top deep secret of the Agyapa document. Be free Airbus, but the part 2 be Bremo Anadri, and they are in special edition. Yes, Moasomraha. Special and send your Beko Kisi special edition on the event saying Agyapa document. Airbus, giddy. I know shit. Any easy, sir. Me more good weekend. Now no Wednesday. Agyapa document in a year mount both the political historical active of it, other lines of it. Emma Wamu who said this here, as it were from the traditional history and the political history between the Achems and the Ashantis. Asante for and some Wamaji when is Muna Sabio, Muna Mosio, when in that Tiebe, when the Achem for the island. Nobody is preaching ethnocentric and I say xenophobia and I said, no. We ethnic whatever ibia no. And yet ethnocentric ibia ni preach it. Ne krene da ho no. Achem for na mafia mo hard. Hey, oma mafia mo when it comes to traditional eya. Oma mafia mo when it comes to political whatever. Umo wie mu prekope. Ene da ho no. Ene asantefo ne nka say Ghana politics say never. Power na switch off. Umo wie mu kra. Yeah. And tomorrow say Wednesday no. Ye bien yama so tremo. E konye ye document we e pie ye enye now. E ye fretete. E di say what is say for word no mo state say no mo nya nkoa o. Wo ma me ye nkoa da o. Na wo fe say mo ka kwa nda bi. Efri wo mo nana nkanso no mo fretete. Wo mo nim de mo ye they know the road map. Montina ho. Folks, and adrieni adagio enti unim bomodiana fra unia fra maame fra papa fra anybody na wo was smart tv a hwe tv no so flip through me ya CTV C and TV unya ko social media ko Facebook ko YouTube ubenya link na ya my CTV GH ubenya program no na wahwe ukọ ho nso a mesrel subscribe link no ye program bia ubenya bi me WhatsApp line in a good screen is on 0202973461 0202973461 you back in kind as many as messages are ehuhia. Up next, Ghana Speaks proudly brought to you by Ora Blackstar for say as I see wo penalty si udan de akwadwere bia ni ho as I sense so so ya krogin a would be si dan abra eno so nkuntima ne mabo ensekan kotokuro ne nsrada ne nkrante etwe ewo ho ebi ni so kama Ora Blaster for which ewo fanko barrier here mesro ochina Saturday ubetimi a friend number na eda screen so no na no mo nkonko di abasa ko mwate no mo mwa wo mfe ni agro Ora Blaster for no fanko barrier ho wo from mo mbeje so mo number no 05053 6176327 053 6176327 Ora Blackstar for na mani go screen so mbebo a sister ema wetimi adan akwa bibia say we ye was asase so opese we see real estate Airbnb and now say we see a comfortable building while bet Ora Blackstar for no bebo mani na no aye kama wate mfanya kwadro mesra call them. They will assist you to get a very good land from a din ko kwa say Ora Kweku anan and I say memfremo na unomo eni nkomo maybe piano and you come take a listen to Ora Blackstar for na hwe baby o masasana go listen to this.
Ora Blackstar Limited. Our lands are everywhere. It depends on the customer's preferred location. We have lands in areas such as Kwabenya, Amasaman, Kaswa, Denchira, Bruku, Botsiano, and Insawam. Our lands are very affordable and has no litigation issues. Our lands comes in various sizes such as 70 by 100, 35 by 100, and among others. We have a flexible payments plan that is 3 months, 6 months, and 9 months. The areas are well developed. No need to worry about electricity, water, and other social amenities. You can contact us on 030-2452-555, 030-2452-555, or visit our website at www.oralblackstarlimited.com. Oral Blackstar, your preference, our priority.
Great folks, welcome back. This is the Frontline Investigate. And they are Frontline Investigate in Niagara. All about what we're about doing here. It's all about investigations. And of course, when we say program we want to the Frontline Investigate tonight. Now, the senior brother KSM Kweku's team, Mr. Kweku, you are watching. Salute to you, big bro. Hope to be did not come, folks. Yen delay. It's just about 24 minutes gone past the hour 8. This is the Frontline Investigate Special Edition. Great, folks. 27 minutes gone past the hour 8. This is the Frontline Investigate Special Edition, folks. Maybe presented a special edition where they are all about the Agyapa documenting it, matters arising on it. Now, let me acknowledge this, my very good guys watching the show. Watch us, greetings, bro. Thank God for your health. We are seated to be informed. Continue the good work for Mother Ghana. Of course, not watching it anyway. Bye. John King, my own John King. John King say, Kweku Kasa, you are the man. I am watching you live. Georgina Bafo say, bless evening and peaceful weekend, oh, Kweku. Thanks so much on your great job. Keep it up and may the Almighty God bless you more. Stay safe, healthy, and strong, my dear. Yes, that's Georgina Bafo, of course, also known as Ikuya. Yes. And Mel Mens, you are also in Connecticut watching the show. Greetings to all of you guys. Now, this special edition tonight, before we go into full story of the OSP's findings, on Wednesday, the Frontline gave the full genesis of the Agyapa document, from its political and the traditional aspect of it, how this document was apparently coined. And I believe that many of our listeners and viewers now can understand and appreciate where we are coming from and where we are going. Wednesday, you presented a Agyapa document in Nabakwa Sembi Ghana for na saying any presented no ye mamu the traditional settings or angles enipakuo bi gina so a womu any etio memu ye they are also Ghanaians. Now womu kire se free ha aha ne free aha ne yeko enu so nti ye nipedua any identity etise ekwan ya womu fa so di akotene ewo the traditional settings of this country. Any kwan o mafa so edi akotene ewo Ghanaian politics in mufiti mamre basis atame edni na amamo. Tonight we are putting out yet another fact connecting to this blueprint. Yeah, there another fact to be eba beto. Na monhwe ni say. Ghanaians will recall in the year 2019, government of Ghana had wanted to place our gold royalties to Jersey Financial Service Commission to monitor our royalties. Samobekaya. 2019, the government of Ghana, led by Adodankwa Akufo-Addo, had wanted to place our gold royalties to Jersey Financial Service Commission to monitor our royalties. Later, some confusion ensued and the deal had to be abrogated. Mokai. Ghana ni bia kai. Asemi ekopie se abanyo wote so ye se Ghana gold no yen sankakra ni efren kogu sa edwumakuo ya wonom wo land ne ye from eye Jersey Financial Service Commission for yi yen fa gold no enkosi ho na gold no eho emra de ben ya yenya eho nsi hu bia sa dividends o se de ben royalties ni hu sika ye benya no ye de aboye ho bra Ghana for mo nhye bibi nso ebra no mo de sa ade wei ekọ no deal wei ekọ no ye de ko parliament ema parliament no deal no eho atija sa tam na deal na ni din di sen e deal wo mo de to so no eye de ben Agyapa royalties anamorefi na botre come home ebra mo de ko parliament no ensem bi ko be ba ho ama chese confusion bebre ma sem we kra no ekopie court ben enya Ghana court o is it the African court ehun sem koye bebre political parties for sorry kasai political activists civil society groups trade union obiad na no to bi ena sadi we ahaye nu ahaye hye in the bam ye kata so mani be pie se Gabi Aserochidako played some consultancy role e was adi we mu anaya antesa. Okay. Now, Edimon we say, sa gold no ani ye de ko Jersey Financial Service Commission no. Idia that's one which then was called the Special Purpose Vehicle, if you guys recall her. Idia that's one ye then Agyapa. Yes, sir. Okay. Now, tonight let me break the news to you. That the Agyapa document, Agyapa no royalties no wouldn't have been or was not. The original name given to that gold transaction was Asase Royalties Limited. I repeat, a DNA that's one was Asase Royalties Limited, and the original name to be called the Tio sa one say nipa da se ne se na adwene mu ye no and they said omo ye omo niama nipa bebre enim se sa Agyapade royalties no a ne ye de ko no ne original name a wo mo de man no na enye Agyapade o no, its original name was Asase Royalties Limited. That was the name. Later, how we ya wo mwankasa esa be ka kire ye se wonu mo ko ye no e din na ya asase no edoso has been registered in the name of many companies. Say no be ka kire me no mi no uko Ministry of Finance wa egugu nkrata so that is the name. But the question ye bisa say, is this true or it's a lie? Why the name Asase Royalties Limited change to Agyapa Royalties? And we are asking the government officials led by the President Adodankwa Akufo-Addo momra bonti mechere Ghana fum sa asem emu ne kure wo de ne twere ho a etu be bi sa se eba ne sei ena sa adie ya gold transaction deal ya na ye de ko Jersey Financial Service Commission edino Asase Royal Limited. Ebani say the best sign Agyapa royalties. Why do you have to change the name? Now, folks, get to understand this also. Say, the original name of now the Agyapa document wouldn't have also be called the Bear document. Or no, so not the original name, no, see there as I say document. Yes, that's it. Document here and there can was me, and also a deed that would have been placed on that document would have also be as I say document. But somehow they decided to maintain their banner, the Agyapa name, the Agyapa document. And what was there? The Asase Gold royalty deal later got incorporated with special resolution and amended the name to be called what? Agyapa royalties. Quite fast so free Asase Royalties Limited they have to do what? Go and do what you call special amendment resolution to change the name to Debeya to Agyapa royalties. Now, folks, mean dilemo on my screen. This is an authentic document, and I challenge any Ghanaian or Londoner, Munko Jesse. Any Ghanaian or London, Munko Jesse. Company on Munko finding out say, wait, Agyapa royalties, in the name of Ghana, and you're no my incorporating a dahono, and a dahono. Now, for the purpose of it, my minimum go through. Be authentic. This is our official certificate of incorporation, change of name of limited company. And I dare the government come out and tell us you didn't throw. The original name, na Agyapa royalties, and Agyapa whatever. No, it was Asase Royalties Limited. It's about saying, and almost by the way, my main country must say, this current document here had existed for God knows how many years. Now they decided say, sir, gold transaction or JC one, and also one say Sunny D and may the same name of this document. Why? Because the document is their roadmap. The document is their blueprint. The document is what is guiding them to achieve and to get to their destination, folks. So I can understand them and I can appreciate. There isn't any challenge. Why? Because they would be more comfortable to maintain one particular pseudonym rather than to have separate name. And it wouldn't make sense to them say, you will Agyapa document and the census what then? Your census what Asase royalties and also no yankani nambum nenya de bako. And to him, uko Agyapa document in moi. This JC deal way, sir JC financial service deal way is captured in the Agyapa document. A konya one we hear say, one we decide a friend is saying gold transaction se sikano e si wuna bebano anase mfaso na bebano anase dividends na bebano. What they said for want of time into me for munkum but obi ankwhwehwe ewom aso mo kan ne say afi wunim wonom be ne say sikano ebebano wom no mbeji say sikano na womo the Ghana percentage e de amano. Hey, I don't know how I can let Ghanaians understand this. Say sikano eye JC gold deal no sikane ba wom beji sikano no mo gia na afi womo the Ghana percentage no akoto consolidated fund no. We talk back no cry for here. Adia womo yes on bedding womo e de beye no. Can you imagine, folks? And to who say Oko Financial Ministry of Finance wa must document no more catch there say kwanya ma into almost say the name Asase Royalties to Agyapa no was because Asase no nkrofo yusu omoboa de mo ye ntro mo ya dadafo mo ya kohwifo mo ye nabrabafo mo ya boniyefo rocks criminals and thieves mo bogana krono easy na makom baby. Now, Ukaya or see JC Financial Service Commission, Companies Registry, or see Companies Registry Law 19 document and fake. I challenge anybody, go and find out. or say certificate of incorporation, change of name of a limited company, registration number now or registration number is saying 130211. Now say I hereby certify that Asase Royalties Limited, a private company incorporated under the company's JC Law 1991, as amended, having changed its name by special resolution, has today been entered on the register of companies incorporated in JC as a private company having the name of Agyapa Royalties Limited, dated this 10th August 2020, signed and for and on behalf of the registrar. Authentic ID nego as on obi anko check it. Media to ene da hono obi anko check it. This is the certificate of incorporation of the Agyapa Royalties, which its original name was Asase Royalties. Eba ne sena mo se deba Agyapa Royalties because you want to maintain one particular move. And yes, na mo fe se madwimu dododo madwimu no. Now tonight, me the document na to no, I am asking a question here, and I'm going to mention the name of this person. Who is this guy called Yao Akoji? Yao Akoji. Oya hwaya. Mumfa diwe into her because my catch says our document before you be election you be baso for the last of it, the last battleground. Last battleground before will be the Agyapa document. Swear to God, they be brutal. Who is this guy called Yao Akoji Oya hwaya? And a Sabrantie, what relationship does this guy has with the Russian group called the Wagner Group? Relationship ben on one more. Munim's our Russian group, no, the Wagner Group. Do you know them? Womulida Nunya, according to some intelligence, Western intelligence report, was assassinated by the Russian Rasputin. Mokai, the Wagner Group. Relationship ben Yao Akoji or no more. Now, midi mube wie kra no. Folks, mumma me the picture of the cover page of the Agyapa document. I want it on the screen. I mean, now, no, not this one. Good. Let's stay a while longer with this page. This is the Agyapa page. And tonight, I am hereby respectfully, let me use all the adjectives, respectfully, humbly, respectfully, humbly, eni die ni obuo kwan so ena me dibisa yewura eye amwetia oforipani wo otina kwanwa so ebisa no ayembia se picture here that screen is yi sa picture yi or the same picture way be ewo ni living room ana. We are just asking this boni bia nim mirror oforipani ibisa o say ayembia picture here that screen is we oh the same picture we be our living room and forget about this one but we the way for say documents will be any Matthias here but picture here that way me say our the same our living room and I this special edition EDBC. This is the Frontline Investigate special edition. I will be back, folks.
the customer's preferred location, we have lands in areas such as Kwabinya, Amasaman, Kaswa, Denchira, Bruku, Botsiano, and Insawam. Our lands are very affordable and has no litigation issues. Our lands comes in various sizes such as 70 by 100, 35 by 100, and among others. We have a flexible payments plan that is 3 months, 6 months, and 9 months. The areas are well developed. No need to worry about electricity, water, and other social amenities. You can contact us on 030-2452-555, 030-2452-555, or visit our website at www.oralblackstarlimited.com. Oral Blackstar, your preference, our priority.
Great folks, welcome back. Of course, the end of the special edition. Now, tonight, I feel let's come to Ghana Speaks. Tonight on our religious belt takes us to Dr. Abel Damina, who is very busy in the body of the ministry of Christ in Nigeria and exposing some renowned men in the ministry about tithe. I feel mesikwem na on our religious belt near the Mura, also for penny on over Nigeria, who did mas from Kwa. As so far, all exposed woman Nigeria and Yasam, get on one body of Christ in Mu. Dr. Abel Damina. I say, as so far, Kuku Damo, Nigeria, no. Bonia one mudie, Edu Yankopon Dean, see Nigerians, a bomb epono, on your ready, he will expose all of them. And this time, why? And our exposing about what? And at the end, on a namswa Emma or the exposing. This.
Somebody says, if you don't pay your tithe, you will go to hell. You will not go to heaven. Full stop.
Anyone who is not paying his tithe is not going to heaven. Full stop.
Say no, sir. No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. The prerequisite for heaven is not tithe. The prerequisite for heaven is Jesus. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believes in him shall not perish, not whoever pays tithe. Moreover, tithe is not New Testament. Tithe is not New Testament. In the New Testament, we have generosity. We have generosity. People give liberally, people give generously, people give cheerfully, and people give with understanding.
Dr. Abel Damina calls out Pastor Enoch Adeboye over if you're not a tither, you will not make heaven. For me, tithing is fraud. There's nothing like if you're not a tither, you will not make heaven. This is not Christianity because Jesus did not tithe. His disciples did not tithe. Why must I pay tithe in order to make
it? Now, you read the politics of today. The politics of today takes us to the flag bearer of the governing New Patriotic Party, Alhaji Muhammadu Bawumia, heard saying, dialysis treatment for everybody under 18 years is free, and that everybody over 60 years is also free. But later turned out, as usual, that this is a palpable lie. NPP fence and flag bearer Alhaji Muhammadu Bawumia abekachre Ghana for say obiara who under 18 years na sebe wenya sa yare bi no wo kwa SSC to me treat you free. Any under events saying 60 years and above, umina. Na saadi we so mintimi hu sentia. Owura Bawumia bebe kasa asem ya kire Ghana for. Na be tani a say entro ene wodie. Ena wontia dal kidney yare are so rampant in Ghana. Kidney yare is so rampant oh. Ni na kire nnuane a Ghana for ni die. Nnuane ye di nara dodo no adane debe. GMOs nkwa genetic modified organisms GMO. When would you pay for the betting aye? Ghana penny for not tenasi ahwe Emma Samo Santo for ya womugu North America way and better for way and kusie for way abedane our food staples. It's a ne enuane ye di na unya organic biao. Yare nko kidney yare so de free hen. Ene 14, 15, 20 years. Ebetimi nya kidney yare ma na ye emfa ho ho na behwema nipa nya yare sanso a na Bawumia be di huntro. Take a listen to him.
The good news is that today today, 3rd of June, dialysis treatment for everybody under 18, everybody over 60 is free in Ghana under National Health Insurance. Everybody.
Nelson brought her 80-year-old husband, Victor Somenya, for his dialysis session here at the renal unit. And like always, she paid 491 cedis for it. This is despite an announcement by the National Health Insurance Authority that dialysis sessions for those below 18 and above 60 years old will be free. A category Florence's husband falls into.
491. Omunsu anka kire me hwi say BBC wo ho. Nanka ye tua 380. 380 no kra ye ntimi. Eye di maye. Na ye di ba 491. 491. Nti 491 na ye su say aw ade na ye akosu dodo. Nti omunhwe maye na sesi a omu ka say ombeti su na Victor
confirmed to us that he indeed paid 491 cedis after the 6 hours dialysis session.
The thing is, we don't have money. Most of us.
God. Man kebi anjemu. Yebe jani say ya. To kwa no wabwa ho preko. Why? Good. Now, according to some research facts finding, it's believed President Adodankwa Akufo-Addo is the worst president Ghana has ever had since independence. Maybe say any fact checking to this. According to research group, Ibini Susu say, Green say, Ehuni say, Oman Penny Wati Akunya Sui, Eye Ora Adodankwa Akufo-Addo. Ever say Ghana independence no one any mampini a waba na memwo enyoma ekoso no eye say from where to economy to politics to whatever, the worst president ever. But omaka kan nyoma na sie ni nti yentu ye boss. This is about 14 minutes and I'm going to play all to you. I mean it. Yenhwe say sad description here demo mampini Akufo-Addo no, does it, I mean, to be very honest with ourselves, enipa bi na e ka show mampini ni ko na so say Don Mampinini is walking the talk to demonstrate that yes indeed he is the worst president ever. Is this true? Take a listen to this.
The worst president Ghana has ever had since independence is Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, Ghana, 2017 to 2024. He is a Ghanaian politician, a lawyer, a founding member of New Patriotic Party, NPP, who has served as the 5th president of Ghana under the 4th Republic since 2017 to date, and the 13th president or head of state in the history of Ghana. He became the president of Ghana at the age of 72 and currently at 80. He previously served as Attorney General and Minister of Justice of Ghana from 2001 to 2003, and as a Minister for Foreign Affairs from 2003 to 2007 under elsewhere President Kufuor administration. As President-elect, Nana Akufo-Addo plagiarized 2 ex-U.S. president's speeches in his inaugural speech address on 7th January 2017.
I ask you to be citizens.
Take a look at it.
I ask you to be citizens.
Citizens, not spectators.
Citizens, not spectators.
Citizens, not subjects.
Citizens, not subjects.
Responsible citizens, building communities of service and a nation of character.
Responsible citizens, building your communities and our nation.
He was noted to be the leader and one of the organizers of the biggest demonstration in the history of Ghana, known as Kume Preku demonstration, against introduction of value-added tax, VAT, in 1995. During President Rawlings' administration, this was what he said during the demonstration.
The policies that the government has been implementing are policies that do not find favor with the general mass of our people, and that the mass of the people of this country have been systematically impoverished during the period of Rawlings's rule.
But today, President Akufo-Addo's administration has introduced more than 28 tax handles to the people of Ghana and has subsequently increased the value-added tax as well. Akufo-Addo first ran for president in 2008 and again in 2012, both times as the candidate of the New Patriotic Party, NPP, but he lost on both occasions to the National Democratic Congress, NDC, candidates, John Evans Atta Mills in 2008 and John Dramani Mahama in 2012. After the 2012 general elections, Akufo-Addo refused to concede defeat and proceeded to court to challenge the electoral results. But the Supreme Court of Ghana affirmed Mahama's victory. This was what Nana Addo said after the Supreme Court verdict.
I disagree with the court's decision. I accept it. I accept that what the court says brings finality to the election dispute. We shall not be asking for a review of the verdict, so we can all move on in the interest of our nation.
Akufo-Addo was again chosen as the presidential candidate of the New Patriotic Party, NPP, for the third time in the 2016 general elections, and this time round, he defeated the incumbent President John Mahama in the first-round ballot with 53.85% of the vote, and was declared the winner of the 2016 presidential general election. He campaigned based on major issues confronting Ghana at the time, like high unemployment, corruption, exchange rate, protection of the public purse, and promises such as planting for food and jobs, Nation Builders Corps, NABCO, for job creation, One Village, One Dam, One District, One Factory, free senior high school, and many others. But when he was asked on BBC Hard Talk about the cost of free senior high school, he did not know the cost. And this was what he said.
And press want to know is, where exactly is the money going to come from next time around, if you're in power, for some of the very extravagant promises you've made? You, for example, have offered free secondary schooling for all Ghanaians, a promise you say you absolutely will deliver in 4 years in power. So have you costed it? How much will it cost?
The costing is being done. I mean, very, very soon we will be in a position.
Have costed it. You can't make a promise like that.
No. Very soon we're going to be putting it out.
You don't know how much.
I do know how much, but I prefer to tell the Ghanaian people directly before I tell.
Because he did not think through the program proper in order to cost it, just sloganeering. However, in 2020, he somehow again secured an outright majority victory in his second term bid for the presidency at the first round of the 2020 general election with 51.59% of the vote cast, defeating John Mahama for the second time, but with 7 human deaths in that election, first in the history of Ghana's elections. Akufo-Addo's government initially drew broad popularity and support from the Ghanaian public, promising a nationalistic agenda of government by declaring Ghana beyond aid agenda, which was lauded by the whole continent and the nation behind him. The first term of President Akufo-Addo regime saw appointments of over 125 ministers of states and their deputies, which ballooned the government expenditure in the history of the country, which many critics call as job for the boys. However, in his second term in office, this number dropped down to about 80-plus ministers. Nana Akufo-Addo's government has implemented policies aimed at fostering economic growth, improving infrastructure, and enhancing social welfare programs and digitalization. Initiatives such as the free senior high school program have expanded access to education for Ghanaian youths. But currently, the program has failed due to improper planning and implementation of the program, though the FSHS program has seen a significant increase in enrollment figures. There are a lot of challenges bedeviling the program, such as lack of accommodation, infrastructure, quality, feeding, and logistics. While Planting for Food and Jobs initiative was aimed at boosting agricultural productivity and food sufficiency, as well as job creation, The program has also failed miserably due to improper planning and reckless spending and ended up at sloganeering stage. President Akufo-Addo's administration also rolled out several flagship programs, such as One District, One Factory, One Village, One Dam, Operation Galem, Stop, One Constituency, $1 million, to address key challenges facing the nation. But all these were fiasco. Most of them had become avenues for government officials to loot or siphon state resources for personal gains. The latter part of Akufo-Addo's tenure has, however, been marred by the worst financial crises in the history of Ghana, with inflation reaching up to 53% in 2023, and currently around 25%, with high unemployment rate hovering around 14%, while the exchange rate has hit a record high of $1 to 13 cedis. During his campaign in 2014-2015, this was what President Akufo-Addo said about the exchange rate.
$1, 1 cedi. In the time of Nelson Mahama, 2 cedis, $1. If I was them, I would say to the people of Ghana, I'm sorry. We are sorry for the poor work we have done.
His government has, however, attributed all the challenges to Russia-Ukrainian war and the COVID-19 pandemic. Though COVID-19 and Russia-Ukraine war play some role in the economic downturn, many neutral observers and political watchers around the world point to mismanagement of public funds, excessive borrowing, and corruption. Akufo-Addo's government has also gone on a borrowing spree under the auspices of the finance minister Ken Ofori-Atta, nicknamed Mr. Eurobond Minister, and has borrowed the country to unsustainable debt level and eventually took the country to IMF for bailout in May 2023, subjecting the country to both domestic and foreign debt restructuring, leaving domestic creditors with haircut. Let's look at some of the statistical figures under his predecessor, John Dramani Mahama, and President Akufo-Addo regime. In 2016, under President Mahama, inflation was 15%. Public debt was 120 billion cedis since independence. Unemployment rate was 6.8%. Debt to GDP was 56%. Credit rating was B+. While under President Nana Akufo-Addo in 2024, inflation is 25%, public debt is 610 billion cedis, unemployment rate is 14%, debt to GDP is 103%, credit rating is junk status, corruption perception index 2023 is 43 points. It should be noted that all these worse economic indicators were supervised by the Vice President Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, an economist who is currently vying for the presidency. Press freedom has significantly deteriorated under President Akufo-Addo, the man who they said fought for the repeal of the criminal libel law under former President Rawlings. His government has recorded the highest family and friends government in the history of Ghana, and probably the highest in Africa. He has appointed almost every member of his family into government positions. Some of the failed projects or policies the Akufo-Addo government has wasted money on are the National Cathedral, the Accra SkyTrain infrastructure, PDS, NABCO, etc. Though many Ghanaians view Akufo-Addo government as the worst government under all republics in Ghana, his government has achieved some strides in areas such as free senior high school education with higher enrollment figures, digitalization agenda, implementation of Ghana Card, and some level of infrastructure development in areas of roads and hospitals. President Akufo-Addo's government is synonymous with corruption. There was no government project signed without the stink of corruption. Under his leadership, the former Chief Executive Officer of the Public Procurement Authority, PPA, Ajanim Boateng Ajay, owns a company that bids for government projects and sell at exorbitant prices and made millions of dollars. Though the president had relieved him off his post, the man is still walking free with the looted state money in his pocket. Another serious corruption scandal under President Akufo-Addo was the Cecilia Dapa money hoarding scandal. The former Minister of Water and Sanitation Minister resigned, who was hoarding so much foreign currency in millions and Ghana cedis in her bedroom, which she could not account for, but she's still walking free and enjoying the loots. Other corruption scandals include PDS, Agyapa deal, sole sourcing procurement issues, lack of accountability and transparency of government contracts, etc. Under President Akufo-Addo government, the least talk about corruption and wastage of state funds, the better. The government could not account for the COVID-19 funds during the COVID pandemic era. Major promises, failures include economic mismanagement, nepotism, family and friend government, corruption, incompetence of government appointees, reckless spending, empty talks, shielding of corrupt appointees, double standard in terms of rule of law and lack of fiscal discipline, etc. The issue of LGBTQ+ rights has been a contentious topic in Ghanaian society, with divergent views on how to address it. The president has been seen as indecisive on his opinion of the LGBTQ+ bill. He's currently waiting on the ruling from the Supreme Court before either to accent or not to. In conclusion, President Nana Akufo-Addo's leadership has left an indelible mark on Ghana's political landscape, putting a lot of Ghanaians to disappointment. He's currently in his last year in office. He could do some good to redeem his dented image by cracking the whip to fight corruption under his leadership and add some positive legacies in addition to the haphazard implementation of the Free Senior High School program. While his tenure has seen some notable achievements, challenges remain, underscoring the ongoing need for effective governance, transparency, accountability, and a fight against corruption. As Ghana continues its journey towards progress and prosperity, the legacy of President Akufo-Addo will undoubtedly shape the nation's future for generations to come, with debt unsustainability, mega corruption in the country's history under his poor leadership. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe to our channel.
Folks, Modern Hussein. Ubia o share sa footage we for message bra. Modern Hussein. Does this really paint a gloomy picture, or does it reflect the true nature of the president's performance, governance? Now, Shaha. Yeah. Shaha. Baby were reporting, all of these financial mismanagement we now, were supervised, all these economic indicators were supervised by the Vice President Alhaji Mahamudu Bawumia. Scary times. Sir, indicators the worrying economic indicators were supervised by the Vice President of the Republic. Also, PDS and the PDS, the PDS scandal. What they are finding? Where is the money? PDS, Sikana wahi. Oh, sir. Assembly woman, no, you must be a kaya say. Aban way at the governing party NPP. Na mo betimi rescue Ghana's economy so much beyond say IMF cry mo be kodie. The IMF was a completely no-go area, an area that it's a territorial grounds that was so slippery for the MPP to check it out. Why? Because you had so much enough COVID funds and COVID sika. Much is canidi. Yeah. Monale rigu hwan ebe kan. Mabo video no pain. Much COVID scan much di. There was a company be now from Airport Healthcare Solutions. Mokai. Why nam na say today airport sa COVID scan ewa hin Frontiers Healthcare. Mokai wom. Ghana ni bia na ubetu kwan akwa manone no. Se wo kwa and Mrs. Uncle from Moya Crom for me whom Cronoda. Just said this was like a naked wire and farm home. A nipa no musicians have frontiers, but see ne Ghanaians, Mamma me whom da. Frontiers made billions, millions, and billions. Says Kenina Eshamataso. Frontiers. Healthcare solution. But see ne Frontiers in Timia accountability. I'm a Ghana for say da. And I'm making sure say Ghana ni bia wo tu kwan akwa ma no ni bia no wuntimi nkonkoye o COVID test except say wako events Frontiers Healthcare akromfo and nabrabafo akohwifo rascals moye rascals and moye rocks rats and ragamuffins and tro and adana kohwisam na enemonam na moye wudifo my power na yebo no we fact checking it say Akufo-Addo in your entire life you remain the worst president Ghana has ever had. I didn't tell you this title we ato ho so. Well folks, make a short break. Ghana Speaks Extension will pick it up with the special prosecutor's report coming giddy pa. This is Ghana Speaks with Kwekwanan. I'll be right back.
Oral Black Star Limited. Our lands are everywhere. It depends on the customer's preferred location. We have lands in areas such as Kwabinya, Amasaman, Kaswa, Denchira, Bruku, Botsiano, and Insawam. Our lands are very affordable and has no litigation issues. Our lands comes in various sizes such as 70 by 100, 35 by 100, and among others. We have a flexible payments plan that is 3 months, 6 months, and 9 months. The areas are well developed. No need to worry about electricity, water, and other social amenities. You can contact us on 030-2452-555, 030-2452-555, or visit our website at www.oralblackstarlimited.com. Oral Black Star, your preference, our priority.
Great, welcome back to Ghana Speaks Extension. In this edition, of course, we threw the spotlight on the fact-finding of the OSP Kisi Jabin. Folks, now, we've walked one leg of the journey, remaining one, making 12 minutes approximately gone past the hour 9. My making kind online message is Krabina Membra. Isaac Shrema, I'll say Kweku, we want to hear the truth, and I am watching you from UK. Nana Bena, also greetings, Kweku, watching you live from Ireland. I'm so sad Ghana is finished. Great show. Richie, also thieves and scammers in power. Valerie Ansa, also good evening, bro. I salute you. This is unbelievable. May the good Lord bless and protect you. Always watching you live from Atlanta, Georgia. Good work done. Valerie Ansa also. Oh no. Mr. Baolaya, when would you stop to fellow Ghanaians on Ozunedi or the Banano? Nana Boache say, hey, Kweku, the digger hammer. Anyway, you are informing and educating. You are truly Ghana. Bah. Okay. You know Ghana for. And I may evince an memra. Now, me perceive a corner OSP, Assembia or Kayan. Confirming this time, the Mura OSP reporting, very easy, and there part 1. Now, the OSP now has confirmed the identities in the investigations. Oh, say investigations in a code name be brewum, but there may be actually we OSP are confirming sa code names in a woman to be who and to be who. First, take a listen to what the OSP has said here. Listen to this.
The intermediaries and the Ghanaian public officials and their dealings with the employees of Airbus. This is what I'm saying. While the accepted facts in the two foreign jurisdictions are that the employees of Airbus designed the payments to the intermediaries as bribes intended to court favor with Ghanaian public officials, especially ex-President John Dramani Mahama. On the other hand, the intermediaries appeared to expect and receive the payments as their legitimate expectation. The conduct of Airbus was held by the UK and US courts to be aimed at courting undue favor and advantage from Ghanaian public officials and an elected high government official in the sale of C-29 aircraft to Ghana, and the persons held to be closely associated with or the conduit of the courting of such undue favor and advantage. And also, in light of the occurrences in the context of the investigative and prosecutorial actions of the Ghanaian and UK authorities in the past 4.5 years. So, the OSP confirms the identity of the following individuals. Government Official 1, Individual 1. The individual described as Government Official 1 by the UK court and Individual 1 by the US court is John Dramani Mahama. He is a citizen of Ghana. He was the Vice President of Ghana from 7 January 2009 to 24 July 2012. He was the President of Ghana from 24 July 2012 to 7 January 2017. His tenure of office as the Vice President of Ghana coincided with the time frame of the UK and US investigation of the first Airbus campaign for the sale of 2 C-295 aircraft to Ghana. His term of office as the President of Ghana occurred during the UK and US investigation time frame of the second Airbus campaign for the sale of 1 C-29 aircraft to Ghana. Intermediary 5, Consultant 4.
Great. If you want to say OSP, no, I establish all the names. Who is this? Who is intermediary 1, intermediary 2, Aha. Now, at a point, the special prosecutor would have to do one thing. Say, the facts finding discovered that monies paid by Airbus officials to Ghanaian intermediaries were designed as bribes and not commissioned for them for work done. Confusion ebi new. Ghana from penifobia no omo no womo e lead transaction edi anim no. Womo no nim se womo ye adwuma e se Airbus for no etu omoka. But somehow Airbus officials no there womo no susu ni se sika no omo de bresa mpenifo no enye Ghana hankwa o be amayama bebre eye bribes e no omo de ma wo no. How? But the OSP discovered, say, in his line of investigation, discovers some of them not to be sika. Ne de bro say, ayo commission nemum. Wamuno Airbus for susu say a bribe. Abra Ghana for penny for susu say no. My ejuma I say affairs for oko a year. Mo fro say kukumpia. Unsa affairs for no omo ho. Oya no wagye commission a shenism. Nti how say wagye commission no ba beda no no say wabeba na bribe. How? Take a listen to how the OSP discovered them. Listen to this.
The intermediaries and the Ghanaian public officials and their dealings with the employees of Airbus. This is what I'm saying. While the accepted facts in the two foreign jurisdictions are that the employees of Airbus designed the payments to the intermediaries as bribes intended to court favor with Ghanaian public officials, especially ex-President John Dramani Mahama. On the other hand, the intermediaries appeared to expect and receive the payments as their legitimate expectation under an arrangement of success-based commissions for the sale of the military transport aircraft to the government of Ghana. And their actions, in whichever way viewed, were calculated as businessmen expecting their lawful paychecks and not as conduits of a bribery scheme. The concoction of a plan by senior leadership in SMO International and the Defense and Space Division of Airbus to deliberately circumvent Airbus compliance rules by substituting Company D, or the company owned by Consultant 4 and Consultant 5, with Spanish Intermediary 8, or Organization 1, to ensure payments to Foster and his associates, though wrongful and deceptive, was entirely an internal matter for Airbus in respect of its disciplinary regulations and code of ethics. It does not amount to the payment of bribes to court favor with Ghanaian public officials in the reckoning of Ghanaian law. It is a case of the employees of Airbus deceiving Airbus. Neither does the short declaration by Airbus to the Spanish Export Credit Agency and Airbus's non-declaration in the context of the US ITAR. Consequently, the OSP has no evidentiary basis upon which to conclude that Samuel Adam Foster, also known as Samuel Adam Mahama, Philip Sean Middlemis, and Leanne Sarah Davis acted as conduits of bribery between the employees of Airbus and former President John Dramani Mahama or any other public official. Also, the OSP found no evidentiary basis that suggests that Samuel Adam Foster, also known as Samuel Adam Mahama, Philip Sean Middlemis, and Leanne Sarah Davis received payments from Airbus with the intention of bribing former President John Dramani Mahama or any other public official. Further, the OSP found no evidentiary basis that suggests that former President John Dramani Mahama or any other public official was paid bribes by Samuel Adam Foster, also known as Samuel Adam Mahama, Philip Sean Middlemis, and Leanne Sarah Davis in respect of the purchase by the government of Ghana of military transport aircraft from Airbus. Then again, the OSP found no evidentiary basis
ebusiafo moma yenye ni obi ni yenye ni ye kire se de papa yi all can there afi wokọ Airbus adwumakuo no mu a wabobo adwumakuo no omudin huhuhu enkrabata hudo bebre ewo Airbus adwumakuo no mu now the investigations le kire se sa enkrabata adwuma na wonom wo Airbus no efa kweti kwan bi so se won be ma Airbus adwumakuo nankasa ensa esifom sa efese kweti kwan na omo fa so no ma Airbus nsa esifom no eno no ene Ghana mpanimfo ne Ghana officials ne ni twaka bia ena the investigation nso no entresi ankohu se enipa wabobo mudin na Adams Bahama hwan ne nasefo nyana had any link to that particular incident, meaning say Airbus for nankasa had an internal challenges internal challenges no must be dealt with Airbus for nankasa. And so we mind say that mo mind here so long as I dey assembly attack you ne wentimi nya wanu yie no eno an ni abo kwadu ni egu eni mu ase keke. Now special prosecutor Ekonenim so say he could not trace any evidence of bribery to former President John Dramani Mahama and any other official related to the case, saying
former President John Dramani Mahama or any other public official was paid bribes by Samuel Adam Foster, also known as Samuel Adam Mahama, Philip Sean Middlemis, and Leanne Sarah Davis in respect of the purchase by the government of Ghana of military transport aircraft from Airbus. Then again, the OSP found no evidentiary basis that suggests that former President John Dramani Mahama or any other public official was induced to improperly favor or did improperly favor Airbus in respect of the purchase by the government of Ghana of military transport aircraft from Airbus. In the case of Sarah Feno, she should not even have been a subject of the OSP investigation. Members of the media, The OSP has cited and notes that by two separate communications, both dated 22 April 2021, the SFO in the United Kingdom notified Samuel Adam Foster and Philip Sean Middlemas that a decision had been taken not to prosecute them for any offense in respect of the Airbus Ghana deal. It has not come to the notice of the OSP that the SFO in the UK has reconsidered its decision. We consider it that it ties with our conclusion. Further action. A special prosecutor has directed the closure of the OSP investigation into alleged bribery of high-ranking Ghanaian officials by Airbus SC through intermediaries in respect of the sale of military transport aircraft by Airbus SC to the Republic of Ghana between 2009 and 2015. The OSP would not institute criminal proceedings against any person in respect of this investigation. The special prosecutor has also directed authorized officers of the OSP to rescind the 13 May 2020 warrants of arrest obtained from the Circuit Court Accra for the arrest of Samuel Adam Foster, also known as Samuel Adam Mahama, Philip Sean Middlemas, Leanne Sarah Davis, and Sarah Feno. Earlier today, I sent out correspondence notifying Interpol of the withdrawal of the red notices in respect of Samuel Adam Foster, also known as Samuel Adam Mahama, Philip Sean Middlemas, Leanne Sarah Davis, and Sarah Feno. Thank you for your kind coverage.
I feel let's stay here. Dear OSP, episode chair and say, Ninshwe muni na dear no war pima coinance will be near traces to whether say Ora John Mahama, former president, His Excellency, Ademudibi Eba Ninsem, Kakrebi a baby ano, enough to establish what you may call a premier fasci against him. Wenya. Afi obubo nipa bi din yes Samuel Mahama nomine Sean Middlemas ne all of them. And also we say obenya traces of evidence and also wenya. Now OSP twice say empempen so bi na we issue red alert through the Interpol connection. Says ankrofoni na tabo bi emu omo hihye no pa ye be so mu na ya arrest omo de aba. But in hwehwem no copy no, he cannot establish traces to their crimes committed. No, na there so ya na say so no aye den afi we recall it red alerts na we issue through the Interpol na folks. But the mukum and part for this platform you be so OSP on one kind document from A to Z about saying 24 page. But the mukum you be play ni na mamo and part 1 so the Ghanaians you can appreciate what we need to know, what we need to do at what time to establish truth and stop the lies, propaganda, mischief, politics of divisiveness, politics of setbacks, politics of acrimony, bonnet, and guam. 5 solid years. I feel no OSP na establish a closure to this case. And so closure no, ni ebet me establish 1 year ago. Nipa bonisam sa, nipa bonisam. No say, and now me catch them say, media in Ghana. All of us were misled. All of us. The media in Ghana, all of us were misled in this Airbus scandal. Because, baby, no, Airbus if one Okoha Omunview, America, UK, Omunview, na Hanon soon, Empenifua, one ebe transe, nobody in Ukraine piano, and you're ready. Why? They wanted to keep the propaganda in circles around former President Mahama, so long as that was enough to take this propaganda to the news market and sell it. And they will buy it. The BIN say ni padrine, politics, muma ne krim pimuda, akromfo, and nabrabafo, a wudifo, and cabrichu hunumafo, and address sumu mona namutuo, mayfo. Now, my main kind introduction in Chonian Koso. Say, the Office of the Special Prosecutor OSP present this report on an investigation into alleged bribery of high-ranking Ghanaian officials by Airbus SE through intermediaries in respect of the sale of military transport aircrafts by Airbus to the Republic of Ghana between 2019 and 2015. The investigation was conducted upon a referral by the President of the Republic. Also, this report has been heavily redacted in the interest of national security, especially in respect of the correspondence and deliberations involving the Presidency, Cabinet Ministry of Finance, Ministry of Defense, the Ghana Presidency, Ministry of Finance, Ministry of Defense, and the Ghana Armed Forces, Airbus, and a subsidiary of Airbus SE. This report is founded on sections 2 and 3 of the Office of the Special Prosecutor, Act 2017, Act 959, and Regulation 3.1, Clause 1, J of the Office of the Special Prosecutor Operations Regulation 2018, LI 2374. Now, Airbus SE, also then, Airbus SE Airbus is an European multinational aerospace corporation. It designs and manufactures commercial aircraft, helicopters, defense and space equipment, and aircraft. It is one of the 2 largest manufacturers of commercial aircraft in the world, the other being the Boeing Company. It is registered in Leiden, Netherlands, and under the corporate law of the European Union, and its headquarters are located in the Occitanie region of France and near the Toulouse-Balganac Airport. Now, referral by correspondence dated 2nd February 2020, addressed to the Special Prosecutor, the Secretary to the President, Nana Bidietu Asante, communicated that he had been directed by the President of the Republic to refer to the OSP allegations of bribery made against Ghanaian officials in an approved judgment of the Crown Court at Southwark in the United Kingdom, delivered on 31st January 2020 by the Right Honourable Dame Victoria Sharp, the President of the Queen's Bench Division, in the matter titled Director of the Serious Fraud Office versus Airbus SE case number U202000108. The 2nd February 2020 referral recounted that according to the statement of facts in the case, between 2009 and 2015, a number of Airbus employees made promise, and then success-based commission payments of approximately 5 million euros to a person described in Intermediary 5, who was said to be a close relative of a high-ranking elected Ghanaian official, saying in the OSP going forward. Can we take a listen to what the OSP at the twice, but how the OSP said it? I think so we need to hear it from the horse's own mouth. Take a listen to the OSP, continue from this angle.
Made or promised success-based commission payments of approximately 5 million euros to a person described as Intermediary 5, who was said to be a close relative of a high-ranking elected Ghanaian official described as Government Official 1. The referral narrated that significantly, the statement of fact stated that Government Official 1 was a key decision maker in respect of Government of Ghana aircraft orders, and that payments to Intermediary 5 by officials of Airbus were intended to induce or reward improper favor by Government Official 1 in respect of the purchase of 3 C-295 military transport aircraft. The referral also related that indeed, out of the 5 million euros promised to Intermediary 5, 3.8 million euros was paid between March 2012 and February 2014. Further, the referral indicated that similar conclusions had been reached by investigative and judicial authorities in the United States in the case of United States of America against Airbus SE. The referral requested that given the implications of the judgment, the OSP may collaborate with its United Kingdom and other foreign counterparts to conduct a prompt inquiry to determine the complicity or otherwise of any Ghanaian government official, past or present, involved in the scandal, and to take the necessary legal action against such official as required by Ghanaian law. Now I'll go to the investigation and judicial pronouncements by the relevant foreign authorities, because that sets the background for my briefing today. On 31 January 2020, 3 courts, one each in the United States of America, the United Kingdom, and France simultaneously delivered similar decisions containing agreed outcomes, variously described as consent agreement, deferred prosecution agreement, or judicial public interest agreements, depending on the jurisdiction, between Airbus SC and the relevant authorities in the 3 jurisdictions. The apparently coordinated judicial decisions imposed global financial sanctions in excess of 3.9 billion euros on Airbus. The agreed judicial decisions were the outcome of joint investigations carried out by the Serious Fraud Office of the United Kingdom and the French Parquet National Financier, PNF, and a parallel investigation conducted by the United States Department of Justice, DOJ, and the United States Department of State, DOS, in respect of alleged bribery and corruption and violations of the United States International Traffic in Arms Regulations, ITAR, involving Airbus in Malaysia, Sri Lanka, Taiwan, Indonesia, China, Colombia, Nepal, South Korea, the United Arab Emirates, Saudi Arabia, Taiwan, Russia, and Ghana.
Great, folks. Now, baby, OSP free buyer around this time. Now, OSP na go deeper. Afi wetini who say sikebi enso e release e free Airbus for naba. Mpenifu bi wo. Now, on research investigations, these are not bribes. Where ye sika officially and duly say SSA bomb because they work for it. Ebiom osanso who say sika bebrebe a SSA banokra na duly legitimately SSA bomb ko nyini na asusu na den aba. It is sa kwan no so no wontimi mpo emmo nipa ne kwadu na nkantem waka say obi atam sika bi edi. Now adini na akwaya ti say Airbus for no ka o masem nko. The Ghanaian officials also na mo mutu eno so eno so ne Airbus for asem no ebo ebra. So which is which? Which one is which? It was asem we anka se beda ho no asem kan maka chemo imre ni sem na SSS OSP crime maya ye wadwumaku ahodo bebre no betimi ayesa investigation. I establish the truth. Simple. Now so boninti ni empese ebe yes adu. De atoso mienu afi omudi ye be keep asem we ada ho 5 solid years. If ye mi say won say eba ne say ene kisi Agyapa betra won. Na nua which may I establish it, the whole, all about this Airbus issue. Good. Afi yensantie kisi Agyapa on other aspects of the investigation, baby osan e carry the coin no. Dien and no so no okoko pie so ho. Take a listen to the OSP now.
Bribery offenses of Airbus in respect of Ghana was investigated by the SFO in the United Kingdom, while the DOJ in America investigated violations by Airbus of parts of the US ITAR in the context of the alleged bribery offenses in relation to Ghana. Therefore, as I said, the judicial decisions of the United Kingdom and the United States affected Ghana. Consequently, investigations carried out by the SFO and DOJ and the decisions of the 2 courts bear on the investigation by the OSP and thus require recourse and in some detail. Bear with me. This is important. First, the United Kingdom. It is well known that on 31 January 2020, the President of the Queen's Bench Division, the Right Honourable Dame Victoria Sharp, sitting in the Crown Court at Southwark, delivered a final declaration and order in respect of a deferred prosecution agreement, DPA, between the SFO and Airbus in the case of Director of the Serious Fraud Office against Airbus. This was based on investigation conducted by the SFO in respect of Malaysia, Sri Lanka, Taiwan, and Ghana, which was held to demonstrate that in order to increase sales, persons who performed services for and on behalf of Airbus offered, promised, or gave financial advantages to others intending to obtain or retain business, or an advantage in the conduct of business for Airbus, and that those financial advantages were intended to reward such improper performance, and further that Airbus did not prevent or have in place at the material times adequate procedures designed to prevent those persons associated with Airbus from carrying out such conduct. In respect of Ghana, Airbus was charged with the offense of failure of a commercial organization to prevent bribery contrary to Section 7 of the Bribery Act 2010 of the UK. The particulars of offence stated that between 1 July 2011 and 1 June 2015, Airbus failed to prevent persons associated with Airbus from bribing others concerned with the purchase of military transport aircraft by the government of Ghana, where the said bribery was intended to obtain or retain business or advantage in the conduct of business for Airbus. The accompanying statement of facts summarized by the SFO's position is that between 2009 and 2015, an Airbus defense company engaged intermediary 5, who was stated as having no experience in the aviation sector, of the UK but born in Ghana, and a close relative of a high-ranking elected Ghanaian government official described as Government Official 1, as its business partner in respect of the proposed sale of 3 aircraft to the government of Ghana. A number of Airbus employees knew that intermediary 5, who was a close relative of Government Official 1.
Now, here OSP is speaking some very serious facts here. Just say, so wo boss semi tough our neck baby odibesi ya. Airbus mpenimfo nankasa enim. You see Ghana na kwa say obi di ni dwa o. 1 2 akonua sa nipa no afa so wo di dwa no. Wo no a fa ne say Airbus ye me fa say bia laptop yi. Now ekwan a Airbus ne laptop yi wafa so a edi ni dwa no minimu o mememu bi. Now wafa konua se di se dwa no ama se dwa no edinki kan wo bi any corrupt related cases and offenses bebre e de abre no eno no a Airbus no ye ready to be resolve this issue. Now in the case of Ghana no yen yaba beto sa amane enim yabeto mu dia na chese akonia se bi so no bone no a Airbus na didida no it's as if say we have become an adjoining crime and partners in crime. It's any investigation for Friday. And no nema yen case ekoko pie say UK any US one ye ni asem wo. Asem na ye bedi wo ho ni na no yes ekopie mu say some Ghanaian officials no one mu ni experiences in terms of what? In terms of aircraft business in the but that also does not negate the fact that nipa no wo ye ni business. But sana tia question ye bisa Airbus for say na mu nim say nipa no or what it takes to run that business and anamunim. You have to engage the person. And no more engaging nipa no supposedly say that arrangement was a crime. A crime in whose jurisdiction would it be? They say why information Airbus International suppose and now say government of Ghana. And the court in the UK no could not establish any form of jurisdiction as to whether say why no bebo no kwedu and a court in the assembly see was and no ma ono OSP ni hu na asem say and na ono or the assembly be ko hemfa Airbus for no issues data and it's been there God knows when. Now yen to aso yen hwe bebia afi special prosecutor etimi identify officials and each one of them any kwedu a say the bomb no. Take a listen to him.
Key decision maker in respect of the sales. A number of Airbus employees made or promised success-based commission payments of approximately 5 million euros to intermediary 5. False documentation were then created by or with the agreement of Airbus employees in order to support and disguise these payments. The payments were intended to induce or reward improper favor by Government Official 1 toward Airbus. Intermediary 5 was assisted in his work for Airbus by 2 other nationals of the UK, Intermediary 6, a good friend of Intermediary 5, and a UK television actor and film director, and Intermediary 7, a former UK television actor. Contact between Airbus and the government of Ghana about aircraft sales began in June 2009 following an expression of interest by the government of Ghana. By August 2009, employee 15 reported that he was in contact with Government Official 1 and his team. On 7 December 2009, intermediaries 5 and 6 incorporated a company Company D in Ghana for this purpose. A company of the same name was incorporated in the UK in February 2010. Company D was a corporate vehicle through which Intermediary 5 and his associates provided services to Airbus. In December 2010, Airbus employee 16 was made aware that intermediaries 5 and 6 were or had recently been working for Government Official 1 and or the Government of Ghana. The Airbus campaigns in Ghana culminated in the sale of 3 C-295 military transport aircraft by Airbus to the Government of Ghana. In respect of the first campaign for the aircraft, Airbus paid 3.9 million euros to a third-party company, Intermediary 8, between March 2012 and February 2014. Intermediary 8 in turn paid 3.8 million euros to Company D. In respect of the second campaign for the sale of 1 C-295, Intermediary 5, or Company D, were promised approximately 1.6 million euros. The promised amount was not paid. From 2009, Intermediary 5 and its associates worked on the sales to the Government of Ghana without any written consultant agreement. This included liaison with Government Official 1 regarding the potential Airbus 295 sale. Intermediaries 5 and 6 submitted a report to Airbus which documented a January 2011 meeting in London attended by themselves, Government Official 1 and Airbus, at which the C-295 aircraft was agreed upon as the most suitable aircraft for the needs of the Government of Ghana.
Well, we need Pabonisem. Shadia prosecutor ne kawa hase. Chirese. Afi Airbus for no fa kunua se bisu se. Sa intermediaries if we na wo mu use no. Fa ne se wo mo ye affairs for. Okay. Wo mo Airbus mpedifo no eboa wom ma falsified documents e de akwa secure good deals e de abrewom ne ye 1 2 wo mo sign so ayeden akohihye omachi se utimi de sa deal we e de ba osusika ye de be ma wonie 3 sa arrangement we na no a mu ye e de aba no mu wo reward sa reward no eno de ene sa transaction no a mu ye ne enini ni twa kan bia. Now, why not pay we? I demonstrate in a common analogy here, say, say Airbus ni or Airbus ni we. Wano akonuya sa of fast with any business no or no pen with him. Now, mind you, what trading that business, for a very long time. Any a kwanya or yen international business deals no. Bebre and a unconventional methods. And these unconventional methods have capitally on international radar that the international community in himself one way inti either say with or without amayama no mako procure aircraft honi na no ye beka so mu na no o mayem from so ana say but Airbus no so hwenimu inti wunim say me kwakui na fa ne say me de deal ni bre wo mo a Wombe bomodiya ma woma promise ama me juicy deals bebre say we na utumi ya also cut a woman here. To say yeah can an amount of 3.8 BPM and then 3.9 BSU and PM say again na no woman. It is just to entice you say ubetinya ye adwuma e de amom like an affair for now who ye adwuma ni na de depending which government's paying and I will represent it as an intermediary, whatever. Unya fine, we nya. But then, Airbus, phone dear, one must a fabe a demau. 9 times on Waka Dija, a diabrewom. One also we had one who say, no, who you with Manwaju Sika. In between, this is where, like a crossroad. So, under no circumstance, ne answer said Ghana for. Yeah, this same way in the name of politics. Yeah, dear politics said the year is so dirty for the fact that 5 solid years wasting everybody's time. Now let's go back. Me and Special Prosecutor. They are ordered twice by April 2011. An Airbus employee 16 reported to his colleagues that the deal was close to being finalized. At the end, of course, what did the OSP finally ultimately find out? Take a listen to him.
April 2011, Airbus employee 16 reported to his colleagues that the deal was close to being finalized. He then asked intermediaries 5 and 6 to transmit a letter to government official 1 and explain a possible delay. He also asked them to secure meetings with the Ghanaian Ministry of Defense and Ministry of Finance. On 18 May 2011, intermediary 6 emailed Airbus employee 16 stating that government official 1 had taken the relevant financials to the Minister of Finance and that intermediaries 5 and 6 were planning to go to Ghana within the next couple of weeks so they could oversee the project personally. Company D then submitted a formal business partner application to Airbus in May 2011. On 8 July 2011, intermediary 6 sent Airbus employee 15 a company update. He reported that he had just returned from Ghana, quote, having had very productive meetings with all parties, including government official 1, the Ministry of Defense, and Minister of Finance, end quote. The email stated that the C295 sale was agreed at all levels and was expected to clear Parliament by 14 July 2011, and that government official 1 had expressed an interest in buying 2 more C295s. On 3 August 2011, Airbus Spanish Defense subsidiary and the government of Ghana signed a purchase agreement for the sale of the C-29 aircraft. The following day, Airbus employee 17 declared to the Spanish Export Credit Agency that no more than 3 million euros would be paid to business partners in connection with this contract. Although no payment had actually been made yet, this figure broadly reflected a 5% commission on the sale of the aircraft. The same document also declared compliance with the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development (OECD) Convention on combating bribery of foreign public officials in international business transactions. Following the May 2011 business partner application, Airbus commissioned an external due diligence report on Company D. A resulting report dated 30 September 2011 identified intermediary 5 as a shareholder of Company D and the possibility that he was a close relative of government officials. The source of the information was a UK newspaper article quoting intermediary 6. The Airbus external due diligence report raised concerns that there was a risk of non-conformity with the OECD convention. Faced with this concern and a stated fear that a failure of the Company D application portended the prevention of Airbus from doing business in Ghana for a number of years, relevant Airbus employees agreed to and did substitute Company D with a Spanish company, Intermediary 8, which was a pre-existing Airbus business partner, by deliberately circumventing the proper compliance process.
I hope say Ghana for no Maya crowd say mo pese mu hu asemi mu ne kre no mo follow din masa ma de be make a say o say ebibifo ade ba ko pe na e haye ne kire say ye mpa adisua oh ne kre na make a kire no Ghana for mpa adisua o you need time to absorb, to sit, to think, read, listen. Ghana for the and say, hey, what? Hey, unte, hey, yes, you, womusio, or sa, untimi kasa me say da, akika sekuro for, and sekuro for. Oma says I make who for na de bia no mjeje sa blue from di sekuro chimbi bia who committed this in the praise mo gugu bebre sekuro for nko a sa na yete di sekuro mo no ma hihye mu duko mo hihye white ni blue bi sa no mo na ewia ketekete no mo nam kwam mo kwahin sekuro nko a Ghanaians virtually don't like learning. I'm being serious. But listen, this platform is a platform for you to know, say, we charge you to be more responsible. And then also, know what you have to know so you can be able to make an informed choice and an informed decision when necessary. Utia sama papa yi kanya tira me si we de kisi jaben me twa no puse wa ya de kisi kwa udi hye wa ya de mo wo se na wo fata wa ya de papa papa yi udi report we ate Ghana fo enim de anya no meka akire wo we nkua de kisi jaben too perfect. Hwew, baby osan ko pie ni kire se. Afie drum pepen so bia Airbus mpenifo no ask the Ghanaian officials no intermediaries no. Me pese me kon wan ba se beche. Ti ma men summarize no. Intermediaries for no say one of them tries to secure some meetings with the Ghanaian officials. No more explaining reasons why the deal is delaying. Until later, no, some of these intermediaries returned to Airbus and announced to them, say yes, some success at the end of the meetings. Extra say yes,